I was scrolling Amazon for a cheap backup phone when one listing stopped me cold. A processor in the same class as chips inside $700 flagships. 90-watt charging that refills a 6,000 mAh battery in well under an hour. Water resistance rated to survive a pressure washer. And a price that genuinely looked like a mistake. So I kept digging, and I found 5 more budget phones flying completely under the radar right now. Phones that, honestly, have no business being this good for the money. One of them packs a 200-megapixel camera for around $250, and most people in the US have never even heard of it. I'll explain why in a few minutes. I've also tracked down the best deals I could find on every phone here, so check the links in the description before those prices move. Here's the thing about budget phones in 2026. The gap between cheap and flagship has never been smaller. But the catch is that the best value phones almost never get marketing dollars behind them. So they sit on Amazon with a few hundred reviews while everyone overpays for the big names. Every phone on this list earns its spot for a specific type of buyer. And every single one has a real trade-off I'm going to tell you about, because a phone that's perfect on paper and disappointing in your hand helps nobody. 6 phones, cheapest to most expensive. Actually, no. I'm starting with the toughest one, because the first phone on this list can take more physical abuse than anything else here. And the last phone? It's the one strangers will ask you about. Let's start with the phone you can grab on Amazon right now, the Moto G Power 2026 at around $300. And renewed units often go for much less. This thing is built like it owes somebody money. You get IP68 and IP69 water resistance, which means it can handle full submersion and high-pressure water jets, plus MIL-STD-810 H-drop testing. Your phone will survive more abuse than your ego at a company golf outing. The 5,200 mAh battery comfortably runs a full day and into the next morning. The 50-megapixel main camera has optical image stabilization, and the 8-megapixel ultra-wide has autofocus, 2 camera features you rarely see paired at this price. Motorola's near-stock Android 16 means no bloatware, no random apps you didn't ask for, no ads baked into the software. Still using wired headphones? There's a 3.5mm jack. Want more space? Dedicated micro SD slot, up to 1 terabyte. Both are getting seriously hard to find in 2026. Now, what you're giving up. The display is an IPS LCD, not AMOLED, so no deep blacks or punchy colors like the rest of this list. The Dimensity 6300 chip handles everyday tasks fine but stutters under heavy games or aggressive multitasking. You get 128 gigs of storage, 30-watt charging feels slow next to phones here doing 45 or more, and Motorola's update promise is the shortest on this entire list. Based on current info, just one guaranteed OS upgrade. If you want a phone that simply works, survives everything, and never annoys you, this is brutally hard to beat. But the next phone does something no other phone at its price even attempts. Nothing makes some of the most interesting budget phones on the market, and the CMF Phone 2 Pro proves it. Around $279, and it comes with something you almost never see at this price. A dedicated 50-megapixel telephoto camera with 2 times optical zoom. Usually at this level, you get a useless 2-megapixel macro sensor that brands slap on just to say triple camera. This one gives you an actual zoom lens. The back supports modular accessories, a kickstand, a card holder, a lanyard mount, and they swap faster than your girlfriend changes her mind about dinner. Except these actually serve a purpose. The 6.77-inch AMOLED display runs at 120 Hz with 3000 nits peak brightness, which in real life means you can read your screen at the beach. Nothing OS is one of the cleanest Android skins anywhere. No ads, no bloat, 3 promised OS updates, and 6 years of security patches. There's even a micro SD slot supporting up to 2 terabytes. The downsides? No headphone jack, The speaker is mono, not stereo, so videos and speakerphone calls sound noticeably flat. And none of the cameras have optical image stabilization, so low-light shots need steady hands. If this one's calling your name, don't sit on it, because the next phone makes a performance claim that sounds like a lie until you see the price tag. The Poco X7 Pro runs a Dimensity 8400 Ultra, and if that name means nothing to you yet, it will in about 30 seconds. This is the same class of chip you'd find in phones costing $600 or more. In practice, it shrugs off anything you throw at it. Heavy multitasking, demanding games at high settings, all of it. The 50-megapixel main camera has optical image stabilization, so daylight photos and video stabilization are genuinely solid for the price. You get 3 OS updates and 4 years of security patches. The 6.67-inch AMOLED display supports Dolby Vision, so dark Netflix scenes actually keep their shadow detail instead of collapsing into muddy black. The 6,000 mAh battery charges at 90 watts, 0 to full in roughly 47 minutes, and there's IP68 water resistance, so an accidental dunk won't end it. At around $335 on Amazon, you'll probably double-check the listing because the price reads like a typo. But go in with your eyes open. Poco runs Xiaomi's HyperOS, and out of the box, it's loaded with bloatware and system-level ads. You can disable all of it, but budget your first 20 minutes for housekeeping. The selfie camera is weak, soft details, odd colors, poor low light, no headphone jack, no micro SD slot, so the storage you buy is the storage you keep. And the ultra-wide is just okay. If raw performance is your priority though, nothing in this price range comes close. And speaking of coming close, quick pause. If you've gotten value out of this so far, hit the like button and subscribe for weekly no BS reviews of the gadgets that actually matter. Now, about that 200-megapixel camera I teased at the start. Roughly $250 to $310, depending on the deal you catch, for a 200-megapixel camera phone. That's the Redmi Note 15 Pro 5G, and the reason you've never heard of it is simple. Xiaomi doesn't market in the US, so it never shows up on anyone's radar. But it's sitting right there on Amazon as an import. That 200-megapixel main camera with optical image stabilization captures so much detail in good lighting that you can crop deep into a shot and it still looks sharp. That's the kind of trick you'd normally need a telephoto lens for. The 6,580 mAh battery is one of the largest in its class. A full day of heavy use, closer to 2 days if you're light on it. Gorilla Glass Victus. 2 protects the display. You get IP68 and IP69 water resistance, so dunks and pressure jets are both covered, plus a 120Hz AMOLED with Dolby Vision and HDR10+. The catches are real though. Because it's an import, there's no US warranty and no carrier support. If something goes wrong, you're relying on Amazon's return policy. The camera does its best work in good light. Dynamic range falls off hard at night, so don't expect flagship night shots. No headphone jack. And just like the Poco, HyperOS ships with bloatware and ads you'll be manually disabling. Fair trade-offs to know going in. The next phone, though, is the cheapest on this list by a wide margin, and somehow also the thinnest. The Infinix Note Edge goes for around $200, and unless you follow the Asian phone market, you've probably never come across the brand. Here's the stat that made me look twice. It packs a 6,500 mAh battery into a body just 7.2 millimeters thin. For perspective, the iPhone 16 is thicker than this phone and holds roughly half the battery capacity. Sit with that for a second. The display is a 6.78-inch curved AMOLED at 120 Hz with 1.5K resolution, protected by Gorilla Glass 7i. It runs LPDDR5X RAM, the type of memory that usually shows up in phones twice this price, and there's a customizable physical button on the side you can map to whatever you want. Infinix also promises 3 Android upgrades and 5 years of security patches, which is a legitimately solid commitment at $200. Now the trade-offs. Infinix's XOS software ships with bloatware and notification spam that you'll want to gut in your first 10 minutes. The camera has no optical image stabilization, so low-light shots are hit or miss. And there's no micro SD slot. The storage you buy is final. Fair warnings, all of them. But at $200 with that battery and that display, the Note Edge makes you wonder what everyone else is doing with their pricing. One phone left, and it's the one people will stop you to ask about. If your budget stretches a little further, the Nothing Phone 3A runs $379 on Amazon, and it's one of the few phones in this range where the design alone makes strangers ask what you're holding. The transparent back with the glyph interface turns notifications into customizable light patterns. You can tell who's calling without ever flipping the phone over. Under the hood is a Snapdragon 7S Gen 3, which handles daily tasks and moderate gaming without breaking a sweat. But the camera system is where this phone earns its spot. A 50-megapixel main sensor with optical image stabilization, a 50-megapixel 2x telephoto for zoom shots, and an 8-megapixel ultra-wide. That's real versatility at this price. Nothing OS is clean, fast, and ad-free with 3 promised OS updates and 6 years of security patches, which feels like a bigger deal than it sounds once you've spent time de-bloating some of the other phones here. The 5,000 mAh battery gets you comfortably through a full day, and then some. Trade-offs? No headphone jack, no micro SD slot. The IP64 rating means splash resistance only. And when cheaper phones on this list offer full IP68, that stings a little. And the 50-watt charging sounds quick on paper, but real-world reports put a full charge at closer to an hour and change, slower than the number suggests. Still, if design and camera versatility matter to you, this is the strongest pick here. Links in the description. So that's 6 phones proving you don't need flagship money to get a phone that feels premium where it counts. The tank, the zoom bargain, the performance cheat code, the hidden camera monster, the $200 wildcard, and the head turner. Each one built for a different kind of buyer, and each one honest about what it gives up. My advice? Pick the trade-off you can live with, not just the spec sheet that impresses you. Every deal I found is linked in the description, and import prices especially tend to swing. So if one caught your eye, check it sooner rather than later. If this saved you from overpaying, hit like, drop a comment telling me which one you'd actually buy, I read every single one, and subscribe for weekly no BS breakdowns. And if you think these were impressive for the price, wait until you see what's happening one tier up. There's a group of phones right now making the iPhone 17 Pro Max look overpriced. That video is on your screen. Go see for yourself.